Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the rival StarCraft League. My name is JaKaTaK, and with me is not Trigonal, because he's a bum. Now, Trigonal will be here later. He's got some other obligations, so I'll be here for the first part, I think, and he'll be coming in somewhere toward the middle of the first series. And until then, you guys are stuck with me, so you're gonna have to deal. Thank you for tuning in. I know there are a lot of really awesome tournaments going on right now, so hopefully you guys are dual streaming it. And even if not, thank you for choosing the RSL out of all the things that you have to watch this evening. We certainly appreciate it, as there are much larger things than little old us. But we hope to provide you with very quality StarCraft, especially Protossery today. We'll be having Strange, Ray Rain, Pox, and Aquaron. Ray Rain was quite close to making it into the top 16 GM for a while there, but unfortunately couldn't pull it out. I was rooting for him. But some of these other players, I think I've pretty much cast everyone before, at least once, except maybe Aquaron. Aquaron is a Spanish player. Pox is from Denmark. Ray Rain are USA Murica, and then we have Strange, the Russian player here. And we'll be starting off on Dusk Tower, so that's a lot of fun as things get rolling and lobbies get loaded and things like that. And I forget whether or not we have graphics or intros to maps. While all that's happening in my brain, like it does, we're just going to go ahead and talk about some beautiful RSL SC2 Patreon. Patreon.com/RSLSC2. Letters and numbers in order. RSL SC2. It's Rival StarCraft League for StarCraft 2. Go ahead and head over there. And any money that you participate, you sort of pledge, like, oh, $1 a month. I'll give you $1 a month. Oh, nice. Thank you very much. We're going to use that to fund bigger and better prize pools for future tournaments, and maybe even bigger and better things after that, expanding into who knows what, explosions of beautiful StarCraft everywhere. Speaking of beautiful StarCraft everywhere, we do have some coming up here. Aquaron versus Strange, TVP in our first series. And we are on the map, ready to go, spawning in the bottom left. He is chosen green, because sometimes water can be green. It's the Green Terran, Aquaron. And his opponent, spawning on the other only spawning position on this map, it's the Red Protoss, Strange. People are strange when you're a stranger. Faces look ugly when you're alone, as it is said in very famous American philosophers of long ago ages. And we have things starting off, checking out the builds. We got nice quick gas and gateway. So this is lending itself toward a couple of different things. You can throw down the Cyber Core and then expand, or you can expand right away, as we see Strange not throwing down that Cyber Core. And the minerals begin to rise. We're looking at probably the most standard, most common build for Protoss, which is 1 gas, 1 gate, expand, and then the core will come afterward. The Adept did get a nerf recently, so moving into double Adept aggression either before or after the expansion has diminished slightly. We're seeing a lot more 1 gates after that. On the other side of the map, we do have, let's check this out. No Reaper. Yeah, just need to make sure there. Double gas, no Reaper. And we're going to see the gas of Aquaron just sort of explode here. Really get going. And Strange has a perfect scout on this. It's like, okay. Well, you got a couple of gas. And you haven't built anything with gas at all yet, so you've got a crap ton of gas. Oftentimes, that means we'll have a quick starport. Strange, after scouting this, will be going into the Stargate himself, so we will be taking to the skies pretty much right away here. in our first match of the day. And a couple of gates to follow that up. Ooh. There was no expansion from Strange. Wow. That's crazy. What happened? Oh my god, how did I miss? He canceled his Is this some like MC 2011 mind games crap? Like what the hell? He canceled his Nexus. Wow. That may have been a mistake. Very hard to tell. This might be some kind of a trick. Like, you think I'm expanding, so you will think I'm not being aggressive. But then I'm going to be aggressive. But then I'm going to build my expansion again. The fact the expansion is coming down before any sort of gathering of troops and attacking is leading me to believe that the more likely scenario is cancel. One of those frustrating things that I'm sure has gone through all of our minds at one stage or another when you have both Nexus in the control group and you want to cancel that probe to make the mothership core, and instead you cancel the Nexus and you just hate yourself. So let's hope it's not happening to Strange. We do have a bit of a duel. I challenge you to single combat. And the Terran then is victorious. But since we are not holding to the laws of medieval single combat, the Cyclone does not win everything, but still remains the champion of the Terran. Liberator over here, trying to poke in, gonna get pushed away by the presence of that Phoenix. And we have, wow, this is very aggressive. One base push coming out from Aquaron here. He wants to end the game right now. And as far as tools for defense, the Adepts will help quite a bit against that Marine count. But this is going to be overall pretty difficult. With that Cyclone coming in to help against the air units, we also have these very positional units right here. And he's not going to go siege up here. Moving forward, up into this position. Oh, yeah. And that's very dead. Nicely played here by Aquaron. And now we know that everything hinges upon this. Nothing is being built at home as far as economics are concerned. He's just cranking out units. He's even building a missile turret. God, I love this. He sees that the problem might be a little bit of void ray action, a little bit of air units might dampen his rain cloud, or sort of rain on his parade, as it were. And Strange being very patient here. And there's no need really for Strange to attack into this, because he already has more bases. I'm not sure if he knows this. Is he gonna go for it? He might just jump around top. All right, here he goes. He jumps right on top. Might have been a scout. Focusing down the tank almost right away. We do have a bunker. Turret starting to do work. We also have Liberator here for support. Second tank has come up, and this is looking good for Aquaron. Excellent exchange so far, beginning to move forward. Slow and steady wins the mech. And we only have 3 over here. That's not too good. Looks like this is just going to be a scout. Yeah, there's the cancel. Building up more void rays. We officially have a tank evac out over here, getting just in range. Wow, the commitment is real. 2 bunkers, a missile turret, running forward, taking out a pylon. Before, it used to be cute to take out pylons, like, oh, you might supply block them, or oh, you might unpower stuff. But now it's like, well, that took away some of their major defense capabilities, so there's that. Nice, siege tank on the low ground. Just barely seeing that at the edge of your screen right now. Beautiful little move there. Not getting too aggressive at the wrong time. Even mixing a Viking. And look at that position of the turret on the low ground, even getting some hits off here. This is fantastic. So frustrating to deal with as the Protoss player right now. But you have to keep in mind that the income is better for Protoss, so if he can hold here, he's going to be okay. But I think really what Strange needs is for Aquaron to move too quickly, and that is the last thing that he's doing. He's just so patient with this push. It's amazing. Like, it's a rush, but it's a slow rush. It's very sort of weird in that way. It's a rush build, but he's taking his time, and he's just sort of strangle-holding forward here. And eventually, there's just not going to be enough room for Strange do everything. The Nexus really important here. That's it. And he leaves the game. No final engagement or anything like that. That's all it is. Loses that Nexus effectively. And GG's out. Excellently done. Very fantastico from Acheron. Fantastico is one of those words where it sounds like it's fake Spanish, but it's real Spanish. Fantástico is actually a word. It's real. So, aha, mixing it in. I'm not multilingual, but I know a couple of words, and that is all you need sometimes. In that particular scenario, all I needed was Fantástico, and Acheron moves on to game 2, as does his opponent. He will have a 1-0 lead. Now, I feel like that Nexus cancel was so critical in that whole thing, right? I feel like it was a mistake because had he finished that Nexus, he would have been way ahead in economy. He would have had more stuff, and that might have been enough to defend. But just awful combination there of your opponent goes for one base all in TVP, and it's this weird contain push thing that you don't even know how to deal with because it's crazy. You've never seen it before. Maybe, I don't know. And you cancel your own Nexus. That's awful. That's just purely awful. And basically just hoping for Strange to be able to calm down, understand, okay, I made a silly mistake. I made a mechanical error, and it ended up being critical. I'm just going to focus up. I didn't lose that game because I was the worst player. I lost that game because I made a very critical mistake, and I'm going to be able to rein that in, make sure I don't make that mistake again. Our next map